Oh my gosh, cross your fingers, good juju. Here comes the amazing Christy, Christy, Christy. I am so excited. I'm excited to have her. Oh my gosh,
Yay!
there she is. There she is. Hi, Christy.
Hello.
Oh, you kind of yell too when you come on screen. That makes me feel better. We're like, hey, hi, it's fine. I always give you guys hugs when I see you, so I feel like
Oh,
I need to give you a hug. Missy,
thank
Missy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good today.
Good, sweet, good.
Yeah.
It says
Woo
Christy.
woo.
Oh, we got some birthday cake in the house. Samantha J says she loves the VIP. Boom, boom,
Woo
pow.
woo.
Can you see comments? Can you
I
see the
can.
comments coming in?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, so Trisha's saying, hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
Well, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to have you, my dear lady. Oh my gosh. So
Thank
can
you.
you tell me your last name?
My last
How
name?
do you say your last? Yeah,
Labby. Labby.
Labby. Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. I keep saying the amazing Christy because I don't want to say your last. Christy Labby. Wow, there she is. I love it. Oh my gosh. So, okay, it's kind of the pre-party. I think that's what's happening. This is the pre-party. So, we would love to hear your amazing spiritual experience, a profound spiritual experience, or your spiritual awakening. Let us have it.
Okay. I would have to say the most profound would be I had lost my niece when she was 9, and my parent up camping, and my parents wanted me to go camping. I hadn't been camping for, well, she's been gone 11 years. And so I was having a hard time. They were trying to get me out of the house, trying to get me to go camping, and it was actually 2 weeks after I had seen Heather. Um, and my niece had come in, and I was still trying to decide whether to go camping or not. I had major anxiety about it because that's how she had passed away. Well, up camping anyway. And 2 weeks after, I went outside while everybody was like, well, you going? You're not. And I found a feather laying there. And that was my sign. It was like, and Sammy had come to me during Heather and said, it's not your fault. Everything is fine. And the feather was laying there, and I knew. I just knew it was time to move on. She's always with me. It gave me closure. So I went and had a good time. It was great. That's something that she loved to do. So and then we went boating, and Feather was like following our boat all the way in the water. And I kept pointing out to my mom and my dad, and they're just like, what? It's a feather. And I'm like, no, it's not a feather, you guys. I'm like, she's here. She's with us. And like the whole time we were trolling because they were fishing. And yeah, the feather just kept following us. So I would have to say that would be it.
That's incredible. Thank you for sharing. I would love for those of you who have the spirit signs to throw some hearts in there or even just give us a 10 because I definitely have chills. And then one of my spirit signs is the tears. And so the tears are coming as well. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And I love how she wanted to reach out to you. Like she knew that if you were to see a feather, she knew you would get it. That's your
Exactly.
spirit sign from Sammy, right? That's her
Yep.
name, Sammy.
Yep.
Little Sam Sam.
Little Sam Sam.
Wow. Little Sam. And I love that she knew that and that she wanted you, just like you said, to move on, to
Yeah,
be able to go have fun in a place where she loved to be, which was camping.
exactly.
And it just absolutely incredible. And, I love too that she was able to be with you while you guys were trolling, while you guys were boating. And she wanted to be there. She wanted to be there. And I think it's so incredible to me because we have been doing spiritual advising since the fall. And it's so amazing to me how you are able to interpret. Like you knew that feather was from Sammy and you
Mhm.
knew what she was trying to tell you.
Exactly. Yep.
you know, and I think that's just so incredible. It blows me away that you're able to take those steps. And so has she been present with you since then?
Yes. It's kind of here and there, but just like a couple weeks ago, my little one, my little girl, Michaela, she was arguing with me and had said some horrible things, and so I was getting ready to break down, and I'm like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. Um, and I had to kind of walk away, and there was a feather laying there on the floor. And so I was like, okay, okay. You know, I had to really, I had to catch my breath a little bit, you know, because I know she's around and I know she's there, like with Michaela especially. And so, yeah, about 2 weeks ago this happened. So they're here and there, but 2 weeks ago was like the last one I've seen so far.
That's incredible. And I love how, like you said, it startles you or it kind of takes your breath away.
Mm-hmm.
And that too, and I hear what you're saying because and then you think you can't make this up because you have this reaction, just like you said, like you saw this feather, you kind of, you kind of have this startle, and then it seems like they bring us back in, like they really try to bring us back into our body,
Mm-hmm.
bring us back to where we are, and allow us to really enjoy whatever it is, or to get the answers that we need, or you got this. And
Exactly.
I love that. So have you had any other spiritual experiences? I know you have.
Um, um, so another one, like my grandpa, I took care of him for 7 years, and he had passed away while I was there, and it was kind of interesting. I had actually talked to Holly on her, we were talking on her growth tribe, and after we had talked, I had gone to church the next day, and my grandpa used to play the harmonica. Well, at church, I've been going for 2 years. They have never brought out the harmonica, ever. And there's this guy on the stage playing the harmonica, and I was like, whoa, it gave me chills because I'm like, that's Grandpa right there. And then later that day, my sister had sent me a picture of like a board that she's doing, and it said, "You Are My Sunshine." And that is the song that he played for me and my kiddos while we were there taking care of him on his harmonica. And so, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Wow, that's so incredible. That's so
Yeah.
incredible. And I love how he was able to present himself to you.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the harmony, with the song. And a lot of times during my readings, that's what happens, is that the person will bring in an object, or they'll be humming a tune, or they'll, something. A lot of times some of the grandmas will be like knitting, doing something with their hands. And so I think about that, and it's incredible to me, Christy. Like, I just need to say this. You have accelerated so incredibly much. Like, I need to tell you this. I know you know it. At the same time, I need to say this, like, with this amazing audience watching, because, girlfriend, you have accelerated so exponentially, and I just think, you knew that harmonica was Grandpa. You knew that song was Grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think, wow, you have got it. You have got it. That's all I have to say. I love it. And there's a lot of comments coming through too, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, let's celebrate Christy. Let's do that real quick. So Samantha says woo woo, and
Mm.
Trish, and Kimberly L says hi ladies,
Hello.
and Ellie says yes, I love it. Trisha has chills. Ashley, hi, sweet Ashley. Welcome, welcome. And Samantha says, yay, Christy. What my two favorite ladies, one screen, stoked, right? And look at that. Trisha gave you a pop. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. So, hi, Paulette. So I love to see that. I love to be able to witness that. I think that's one thing that I just get blown away by, is just how quickly people can move, within their spirituality. And so I'd love for you guys you guys, you to tell these guys, what you've done with me. So what were some of the services you've done with me? What kind of impact have they had on you?
Oh my gosh. So I started out doing the reading, and then I jumped right into the spiritual advising. I've done one of the mediumship classes, and I'm going to start Reiki. Woo woo. And I've done 2 out of the 4 meditations so far.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Um,
I love that.
oh, sorry. So what they've done for me, they've saved my life. I have a very narcissistic ex-husband. I was in a deep place, and I've learned through all the protection techniques that I'm protected, and it's helped me a ton. I don't have my anxiety like I used to. It's helped me with clarity, honestly. A lot of it is clarity.
Yeah. And it's incredible seeing you get the intuitive hits, that there's just times that you may come to the session and wonder about something, and yet you're answering yourself, or you're sharing, well, that's what I thought too. And I'm like, well, girlfriend, own it then. because you do have it, and I love all this amazingness that's coming in about how you have grown. Kimberly Richardson, congratulations on all of your growth. Kimberly says, yeah, Christy. Rosina says, you're amazing, Christy. Right? And I completely agree. And so, and it's because, and Tricia says, hugs to you, and you're incredibly brave and beautiful. And I agree. And it's because you've done the hard work, Christy. That's why, and Erin says, amazing. You've done it. Like, you've taken the action that you needed to take in order to move forward in your life in so many ways, and you've done the work. You've pushed forward. You've recognized, how you're able to help your children, elevate your children, and I think about just hearing, like in the VIP group, we were talking about manifestation, and somehow you manifested this really cheap plane ticket to bring your son home. Was it for Christmas?
Yes.
Was it? I mean, incredible. Like, this girl just keeps going. She does do the work. Holly agrees. Yes, doing the work is where it's at. Holly's done the work. A lot of you ladies have done the work. Yes. I know you have. And I think about that too, because we can't necessarily take that as we rise. As we rise, we can't necessarily have what is holding us back, or have, some of the heavier stuff. And so I just think about that, where you've gotten out of this marriage, you're, doing the very best you can, being a single mom, 2 kids, well, 4 kids, but the other 2 are, on their own for the most part, right? Doing the best that they can out there. And so I just think, oh my gosh, 4 kids, right? Single mom, 4 kids. She's incredible, isn't she? And above all that, like, I just think above everything that you're going through in your life, you also made a commitment to working with spirit. And it blows me away how you are able to glean the insights and bring those in. And I want to share, there's been several past life sessions. I was going to say, I want to tell them about one, but there's been several that we've done. And I love the one where you were like a sorcerer, and I'm like, you have this wand, like it's like Fantasia, like you've done that one, and you were, I don't know, you've just always had some type of spiritual something in these past lives. It's always been amazing to be able to be like, oh, well, no wonder, no wonder, girlfriend, no wonder. So through this journey, I would love to hear more. And if you guys have questions also, you can definitely jump in. But I would just love to hear more about your connection with your main guide, with your guardian angel, with your Archangel Michael husband. You can tell us about your husband too, Archangel. What is that like to be in like communion, I guess, with some of these higher?
It helps. It's the protection, like they're there. Like I'll ask them questions. Do I do this? Do I not? am I in the right path? Like, am I going down the right path? It's just clarity for them, or for me through them. And it might not come to me like right away, but it does come to me, especially like through journaling. I have noticed I've been doing a lot more journaling. Um, but their protection techniques and how they give you protection is just amazing. I use them a lot for
Yeah.
protection.
Yeah. And I love that you said that. And I just had a flashback to my own work today. And I guess I didn't even realize how many times I was putting on protection. But they were like, yep, you just putting on the blue cloak. And I'm like, I sure did. Like, what was, you know? And I think about that too, that you can use these protection techniques, throughout the day. And I love how they'll bring those in and they'll morph them a little bit. They'll change them a little bit. They'll help you to, make those protection techniques the most conducive for you,
Mhm.
Kimberly just says, so comforting. Absolutely. Hi, Peggy. Trisha said, no wonder you're scoring Michael, right? I know. It's just all the hard work. Yeah. And Trisha says, protection before bed is a must. That's true. An angel card pull. When
Yes.
I think it was Trisha. She was leaving, and I'm like, don't forget your protection. Yeah, protection at night. I do protection at night just because we don't know like who's thinking of us or who's watching this video or that type of thing. It's good to
Right.
put protection on at night too. Absolutely love that. So yeah, anything else you want to add about spirituality? Um, Anything that
Um,
you've learned?
I think um, it's helped me a lot with my kids too. I actually use protection on them at night. We say prayers and I sweep them, and I ask for them to be protected through the night, throughout the day. Um, and it's helped me really um, gather my thoughts. Like when they come back from their dads, I'm able to actually give them a little bit more love instead of me being so anxious and so frustrated with them. I can sit down with them and I can get those hits where, you know what, Michaela needs a little extra love. You know what, Blaine needs this, um, or whatever. But it's helped me and my kids a ton. I can't I can't even fathom without it. I don't know, but it's been amazing.
Mhm. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And I think about that too. Like you've done the work, you've personally done the work, and then you're doing the work with your children,
Mhm.
making sure, just like you said, like they're swept, like anything that they've picked up throughout the day, they're protected. And I love how Kimberly says it's a huge bonding thing for her and her son. And same with Aaron, makes you feel like you are protecting them more, like us being able to put protection on them and
Yes.
just know that they're doing okay. And I love how you said like tapping into their energies, because we've learned that, I mean, through spiritual advising and also in the VIP group, we're looking at really tuning into energies. And this morning, my son didn't want to go to school. Owen didn't want to go to school.
Oh.
And he said his tummy, I put my hand on his back and where his tummy is on the other side. And Spirit said, he has anxiety. Like, this isn't necessarily he has a tummy ache. They were just saying he has anxiety. He's worried about seeing his friends. He hasn't seen any, his friends all weekend. He's worried about school and that kind of thing. So I did that. And then I put my hand on his head and then just started doing affirmations. And I think about that too. Like, with this work, we're able to go ahead and tap in and help our children. Just like you said, like, this is what Michaela needs. This is what Blaine needs. And so I love that. And I love that, you've taken all of this to heart and you've put it into application. It's just, I mean, just full heartedly, like she went for it, ladies. Like, I mean, she just goes. Um, okay. And so, yeah, protection, Reiki, super helpful. So then, my dear, what are you doing these days? We'd love to hear what you are doing. I put it on the little graph.
I'm
We
doing Young
know.
Living Essential Oils distributor, independent distributor. Um, I'm trying. I'm not really trying. I'm going to. I want to teach people that there's other ways than being prescribed so many medications. I was on 28 pills a day plus some. basically dying. My liver was shutting down. I knew there was better ways out there. So I have been working with the oils, and I've been helping my dad. He has, a sore foot, and I think he has an aroma. So I've been mixing stuff up for him. And I'm trying to get people to do an alternative besides the medications, so many side effects, and I've watched too many people die on them.
I mean, wow, wow. And I just think, wow, that you've had this experience watching people and then just recognizing that you want to save lives and you want to make things, good for your own body. I know that you
Right.
you have, is it Chiaria? Is that right? Is
Chiari.
that, am I saying Chiari? And so you've used the oils almost, just to have that holistic way of being able to give your body what it needs rather than the medications.
Right.
And it's incredible. I mean, and I just have to say, like, so those of you who have gotten the samples from me, and I just send you right to Christy because Christy knows, like, she knows how to mix things. And that's why I think, oh my gosh, she was a sorcerer, or she was mixing these things in other lifetimes, because not just that. I mean, I know you've done a lot of research, but some of those lifetimes, I'm like, you've done this before. But anyway, with the Young Living oils, I highly recommend Christy. Like, if you guys have questions, go to her. She has so much expertise in this area, and it's incredible to me because, again, she knows, what to mix, what's going to help. You have pain here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and concoct this for you because I know it's going to work, and it's worked for me. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I just think, I think, what a crusade, like saying, you know what, I want to save people's lives. I want to save people's lives, which is incredible. And do you have a group of some sort, or is there a way people can get in touch with you?
I have a group on Facebook, but I've just been having people PM me or just add me as a
Mhm.
friend, and then I can add you onto the group. Is how I haven't really figured out the whole website thing. I'm trying to still kind of new at it, still figuring it out.
And yeah, absolutely. And I always feel like too that it's like however people can get in touch with you, and
Exactly.
it's totally, totally don't have a website or Instagram or something else. It's just like, how can people get in touch with you
Right.
directly, So that's perfect. So if you do have questions about Young Living oils, please go to Christy. She's absolutely phenomenal. So,
Thank you.
well, thank you, my dear.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Whoop, whoop for Christy.
Thank you,
Awesome. Well, thank
ladies.
you much. And yes, thanks to everyone watching. Like, yeah, it's just
Yes.
absolutely an incredible high vibe. So, okay, you guys ready for
Okay.
the angel card pull? Let's do
Woo,
it.
woo. Thank you.
Bye.